recording.
Hello there, YouTube. This is BtheRiderPa out of my 2021 Road Glide Limited. So, I got to experience this last trip down to VAM of Airbnbs. I've never gone to an Airbnb. Never thought nothing about an Airbnb. Now, usually I just make my own reservations. I stay where I want. There's a plus and minuses to Airbnbs. I guess like everything has a plus and a minus. For like my small group here, I got 6 riders. Airbnb would work great. We'd all pay our money, and it had games. Everybody had a room. We had a kitchen. We had a refrigerator. We could buy beer, whatever, put it in the refrigerator, and it would save us some money in the long run, I guess you could say. And it would be fun because I'd be riding around with all my buddies, and we'd be good, right? It makes sense. But at the same time, you got to share a bathroom, and your only escape is to go to your room or get on your bike and leave. So, like I said, there's plus and minuses to everything. I was down at VAM, and it was Harley DayRider, Bronco Ride, Pizza 1800, Orvis 128, and who else was in there? Ty from Tennessee. All great guys. It was a great thing. But, Bodine 52 was supposed to come, but he didn't show up. So Colin was like, hey, you want to stay? Bronco Ride was like, hey, you can stay with us. I'm like, yeah, I got a room. I wish I'd have knew because it would have been cheaper. And then I would have had to go back and forth and hang out. So, but Airbnbs, they're not a bad option. I really didn't know much about them, and I really didn't pay much mind to them until Harley DayRider and Bronco Rider and Bodine 52 kind of introduced me to that stuff. They did it the other year, and I thought it was pretty cool. But the room filled up fast. I asked about going, and they said no. Then Bodine didn't show up. Well, I already made my reservations. It's a little too late, so it doesn't work that way. You kind of got to let me know. I'm a planner when it comes to that stuff. Like next year, as soon as I get the dates, I'll have it booked, and I'll plan my yearly calendar out. I usually do that in January. But Airbnbs, are they a good deal, bad deal? Like I said, Harley DayRider's done those before. Bodine's done a lot. So is Bronco Rider. So they're not a bad deal if you get a couple people, especially when you go places that have limited numbers of hotels. VAM in Tazewell has very limited accommodations. I damn sure will never stay at the Finn Castle again. I will do the 20-minute or 10-minute or 15-minute ride to Holiday Inn. And like Harley DayRider said in his videos about knowing VAM needs to be at a hotel, a host hotel, because I've done these rides for years. And people, when they park their bikes, they don't want to drink and ride their bike. They really don't. It was great. They went to the Moose and everything. But it would have been better if it had just been somewhere they could have just parked their bike, hung out, had a few beers, went up to the room, and went to sleep on their own prerogative or their own decision. So everybody left a little earlier. Everybody would have stayed longer if they didn't have to go to the rooms and then get set in. You know, it's just a movement. It's uncomfortable. You know, so maybe next year they'll do that. You can book a hotel. I've done this before. I like to use the Iron Horse Motorcycle Lodge down in the Dragon. People are always like, they got rooms, they got bunkhouses, they got multiple options to stay there for any rider. You can camp, you can just bring a tent. They got a big breakfast, dinner, da-da-da. All those things are great. And then at the end of the day, we can all just sit around the fire and have a beer. It's awesome. But the Virginia Motor Meetup is in Tazewell. And like HDR says, you do one of those and you kind of get it going to the same location. It'll be good for a couple of years, but people, you know, we get new people, old people. It's all good. So you got to keep it rolling if you're going to get it rolling. So it's a good possibility. But the Airbnb down there we stayed in was the kicker. So if I can do that again down there, I'm definitely trying to get into with a group and tell them ahead of time, you know, include me and I'll do it now. I'll say, hey, next year you do that, I'm in. So next year, VAM, make sure you get an Airbnb and you book early. You're gonna have to now because it's out on the internet. And the more people go up, the more people plan to go, the more early you're gonna need to be. There's people I know that leave Sturgis and have their reservations for next year when they leave every year. They leave Sturgis, and 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 And it's expensive, but they actually have a payment plan. So they go stay there every year. They put it on a payment plan. They take their vacation, everything for that 1-2 week span. They ride out, they stay there. It costs them thousands of dollars for that 2 week experience. To me, that's crazy. But it's a free country. You can choose what you want to do. So, I mean, pluses and minuses into that. All right, hey, that's my thoughts of Airbnbs. And this is BtheRiderPa. Hit that like and subscribe button. And we'll catch you later. I'm out.